Let's take a look at what Tesla did today. So we are up $31.16. That's 8.22% up. So that's a big move up. Post market, we are pretty much even Steven, maybe a little bit positive. So let's take a look at what this means on the chart for 10. Does not mean much until we look at the chart. So yesterday we had identified that we had a big drop down, most likely because of the announcement of the production numbers and delivery numbers, which were a few thousand cars lower. This seemed to send everybody into a panic. We had a big move down yesterday, and we have gained it back today. Yesterday, of note also was that we stopped right smack on support. Then today we continued higher. Let's take a look at the 1 hour chart. What we identified yesterday is that we came back down to a previous bullish channel that we had drawn in the past. So this is the bullish channel that we stopped on yesterday. So we stopped on it yesterday. It didn't mean that we were necessarily going to go higher and bounce on it. We stopped on it. We could have gone through today. I did not know if we were going to go through or not. What I said yesterday is that we have a little bit of a congestion zone right here at 388.73. If we break that, this is going to start to mean that we are going to go higher. And indeed, this is what happened. I had mentioned, though, that in order to have a buy signal right here, when breaking 388.73, it's best to have stochastic over 60 in the time frame that you want to get in. So if you want to get into the 1 hour chart, you need to have stochastic over 60 on the 1 hour chart. This is not what we got at 10:30 today. This is not what we got. So it was a little bit more risky to get in at that point without stochastic over 60, but stock market is not like a computer with 100% probability. What I am telling you are the criteria that makes a trade a more likely successful trade. So getting outside of a downward channel is always nice. Getting outside of a congestion zone on the way up is always nice. Having stochastic over 60 is always nice. Being not too far from a downward channel is always nice because this is the target that you could be aiming for the trade. So there are so many factors. I cannot list them all the time, but there are so many factors to take into consideration, and nothing is for sure. Nothing is for sure. In this case, this worked out pretty good. It worked out pretty good so far. We had support right here. We had support from our downward channel. So it made sense that we were in the support side of two channels. And when we are on the support side and we see a move up, a momentum move up, then it makes sense that the stock is going to continue after that momentum has started. So this is what we did. You might have taken the trade. If you took the trade, you are in profit. You are in profit. Once we are in profit, the thinking is, how do we manage that trade? Are we selling as soon as we are in profit? It could be a good idea for you if you want to. We could be having a pullback down. Right now, the first decent support that we have right now is at 403.30 because we stopped there in the past, right here in January, and also we used this to bounce in December. So we have support at 403. We have resistance at 415.47. Remember that number? I've said it a lot in the past. 415.47. This was the previous all-time high of November 2021. And this has impacted the stock recently. We are bouncing on it, bouncing until we don't bounce anymore. So this is right now, this is acting as a resistance. People are going to start selling when we come close to 415.47. So we are entering a battle. There's a battle that is currently happening at 415.47. And nobody knows who is going to win, the buyers or the sellers. We need to stay tuned. In terms of indicators, stochastic is now over 60 on the 1 hour chart. This is good. MACD crossed over bullish. RSI is over 50. That's a bullish sign. And we don't have the MI yet. So we are seeing a nice bounce, a nice move. Let's hope that we break 415.47. If we do, we still are going to have to wrestle with this downward channel resistance, which is going to mean, depending on when we reach it, we are talking at about $440 if we reach it quite fast as we have been going today. But it could be as low as $420 at $420 if we reach it a little bit later. And now post-market, we are now 73 cents down. We'll see what happens on Monday. In terms of the daily chart, we don't have stochastic over 60. So the move we have on the 1 hour chart can be a short-lived move. It can be a short-lived move. So if we don't break 415, we could be staying below for a longer amount of time. The big move is going to happen when we get stochastic over 60 on the daily chart. And this is not what we have right now. So just be mindful of that. The profit we have on the 1 hour chart, because we don't have a similar bullishness on the daily chart, should be treated as a hourly trade, as a day trade, which can make you a little bit of money depending on what you put in. The bigger moves happen on the daily chart when we have a buy signal on the daily chart. But right now, we don't have that on the daily chart because we are into a downward channel. And we need to get outside of that downward channel. We need to have stochastic over 60. And then we are going to have to watch for a horizontal resistance that we could get stuck under, and this is the one at 415. We could be zigzagging a while here before going a little bit higher here. This is something that can really happen. We could get lucky and things are just going higher faster. That's easy. When a stock just launches, it's easy. We are getting lucky. When it's hard, it's when things are getting undecisive. Things are not really moving. They are going sideways. So this is the hard part. Do we stay in? Do we get out? This is the harder part. But this is what could be happening because on the daily chart, as I said, we don't have the bullishness yet on the daily chart. Let's take a look at the rest of the market. The good news also today is that VIX dropped down. So we are down by 1.78. So almost 10% down. Each time you see a big red candle on the VIX, this is helping the stock market. We like to see this. Let's hope that it continues tomorrow and get back down to 15 at least. In terms of the bonds, the 10-year bonds are pretty much going sideways, cannot go lower than 4.5. So we are going to always keep a watch on this. If we start going higher, then we should be expecting some move down in the stock market. Let's take a look at the stock indices. So Dow Jones still above the supports that we have identified at 42,343, still above the bullish channel, the big bullish channel right here, still above the support right here. No stochastic over 60 on the daily chart. So on the daily chart, we won't get a buy signal until we break 43,339. But at least it's not going lower. It's not going lower. SPX, this one, I like to see this. I like to see this. Yesterday, we broke outside the bullish channel support. And today, we are back on it. We are not only back on it, but we opened right smack on it. And we moved back higher. So this is a very nice move. So we are into this triangle. We have some resistance right here. We have support right here. So we could be zigzagging right here. Once we are going to break this, then we should be seeing a bigger move if it happens. NASDAQ, we had broken support yesterday. Now we are back in and we stopped at the other resistance right there. So nice day today for the stock market as a whole. On the daily chart, we cannot say that things are starting to go back up. On the 1 hour chart, we had a momentum move up, but on the daily chart, we don't see it anywhere yet. And wow, look at this. This is a big difference than what we saw yesterday. So we see a lot of green. We saw a lot of green, so it was a good day in the stock market today, but it does not mean that it's time to buy back everything. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great weekend. We are going to talk on Monday, unless you are a member at the community level, where we are going to do a Tesla Weekly Live on Sunday. So have a great weekend, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.